between the spokes. You couldn't hold a light next to hurricane. So the main with better class and better brains. Out rebuilding our communities and other things. Like making up for all the damage from the dope and slang. Candace O, she's a queen in her own right. Not the type to monetize off her own plight. Working hard for black America day and night. Understand that you're not the only dog in this fight. Terrence K refused to be a product of the system. Bounce around the foster care, no he ain't a victim. You got probation and luckily dies going to prison. Yeah, you believe you had the right to pose criticism. David Harris, I can tell the pain's authentic. He truly cares for the people, meaning all pigment. Your music is the reason why this generation's violent. Another reason why I couldn't stay silent. Miss Staten, she's a G, she did real time. All you do is talk about it, a real crime. But even that can't hold her back while she steady climb the long ladder to success in these troubled times. Tell me what's wrong with Pastor Darrell Scott? You hating on the man, simply how I walk with God. When he supported you when you was Snoop lying. Even when the majority figure Snoop lying. Look, I ain't falling for the tongue in cheek. Your virtual threats, man, they kinda weak. Cause I bet you ain't stepping to the Hodge twins. Just to fight with Shaw loses and Hobbs wins. You hate on Diamond and Silk, Paris Bernard. They support the president and that is regardless of all the hate that they receive. Being loyal is a trait that a dog can't conceive, huh? Funny how you say we work for massa. Hold on to that thought, got some questions wanna ask you. Who's in videos with the chains around the neck? Posing next to Trump, the very man you disrespect. Who's buddy with all the Democrats? The very same party owned slaves in the past. Who's the one seen treating women like the objects? Pushing drugs, alcohol seems pretty obvious. Who became a slave to the game? Traded all your morals for the fame. No more calling names. A real man step into the base. Better ask a Breakfast Club how these facts really taste.
That was good, man. Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's why I like watching you, man, cause you be hitting with the spit in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Nigga like me, I don't be a news stats. I got common sense. I just be like, listen, that just don't make no sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be, but if I had that, my God.
Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
Fire, better retire. On the job, ain't no one higher. High up, see the hardest drivers. Galaxy fighters, alien siders. Out in the field, we left them signs. This is seismic, broke that ground, that's why we signed up. Zodiac signs ain't no one by
I'm a desperado, there will be no next to follow. Time I give them extra throttle, but I never need to flex it. Better when you exit, we shine like Apollo. And I gotta hold this to accolades, I'm feeling like Milano. No rappers have gone the motto, ayy.
Fire, burning all through my veins, aiming higher and higher. Enemies know my name.
Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
This that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground, most are dead upon arrival.
Going down must be your FICO, no we're going at you like a hypo.
Halogenic, venomous viper, killing it sniper, in your vitals.
And echoing like a rhino, etching them like a vinyl.
We unidentified flying in space, force you know the title. Ay.
Fire, burning all through my veins, aiming higher and higher. Enemies know my name.
Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
Just give me 30 seconds, man.
This that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground. Most of this that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground. Most are dead upon arrival.
is vibe out. With me and you, I just wanna ride out. Love don't pay no mind to haters, hating. Baby, just jump inside of my spaceship.
Where you going? We gon' meet up somewhere. Earth is glowing, got you saying a prayer. In the moment, we ain't going nowhere. Nowhere, let's go somewhere.
Send the addy, better pull up. Pull up. 30 minutes at the jeweler. Show her that I got the moolah. She won't ever need an OnlyFans. When we dating and no longer friends. Hold it down as an only man's. Keep her covered like them clothing brands. Pass drummer, not an issue. Call me Zaddy when I kiss you. To the moon going with you. Yeah. By my side while I wish you. Never leave cause I miss you. Time we make it official.
All I really wanna do is vibe out. With me and you, I just wanna ride out. Love don't pay no mind to haters, hating. Baby, just jump inside of my spaceship.
Where you going? We gon' meet up somewhere. Earth is glowing, got you saying a prayer. In the moment, we ain't going nowhere. Nowhere, let's go somewhere. Long as we're fine, let spears fly. I'm never in a pickle when you're nearby. Come here, my peach, tell me where your fears lie. Whenever we're together, I am sears high. Got stories reflecting on the movement like mirror sliding. Clears my head. I'm an animal and here's my den. Go ahead, I'll be right in. You're the one and only, the only one.
Still.
It is. Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. We are the two kings of the Rube Empire, where the people are free, the taxes are voluntary, and we serve freshly roasted liberal logic every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9:30 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness, YouTube, Facebook Live, Rumble, Instagram, minds.com, and anywhere you can get a podcast. I am the Philosopher King, the Ivory Tower, the mad scientist Matt, and I've got a perspective on things. Hit it, Ray.
Put the jello in the roofies in the drink. How we doing, guys? It's gonna be a fun one today.
Gosh.
I don't know why I just did Bill Cosby. I just felt the need within me. But I just want to let you know, the people's champ, the people's choice, the strong one, the Ebony Rampart, the one that's close to your heart, the one that just makes you start, if you know what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a perspective on things, and dear God, I have to give it up to go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Just because you have to shart doesn't mean you should. Yeah, that's right. I am the kick-ass Duke. I am the producer. I am the one, the only, the Dusty of Plausible Foolishness. And welcome. We've got a kick-ass show for you because I am the kick-ass Duke here with the two kings. And yes, we are going to bring it tonight. Oh, yes.
All right, let's go.
I almost want to bring it just because Dusty said it, but because Dusty said it, I'm only going to give half-ass. I'm going to go half-ass tonight. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding.
You don't even know what that means.
Ever gone half-assed on anything? I mean, look at you. You have never once gone half-assed on a single thing.
Listen, here's my thing. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to make a confession. I'm like, if I was an animal, I'd be a bear. Okay, just straight up,
Yeah.
because sometimes I'm Teddy and sometimes I'm a grizzly. You know what I mean? It just depends on what side you're going to see out of me. And the thing that bears do is 80% of the time they sleep. So if my wife was around, she'd tell you that I do nap a lot. But yeah, when I'm awake, I'm pretty much slaughtering things, learning, trying to do things the best I can be. But I do take a lot of naps, man. I like me a nap. Me and the CPAP are best friends, and we just pass out together, and it's great.
Sleep
We have
is
some great.
sleep is vital to health.
It is. I can tell you that straight up. You know what I mean? So, because I got a little sniffle last week. I had a little sniffles going on, and people lined the streets to get themselves examined for Omicron, aka the cold. I just hooked myself up to a CPAP for 3 days. You know what happens? I got healthy. It's crazy. It's so crazy how that works. You know what I mean?
It's amazing when you can get the right amount of sleep and deep REM sleep, how much healthier your body goes, hey, look, let's do this.
Exactly. But it's all good, guys. I don't know if you guys saw the newest strand is called Flurona.
Yes, Flurona.
Y'all talk about that yesterday?
No.
Yep.
The
No, we didn't
newest
talk about that.
strain. So they went
The
from
newest
Omicron
strain.
to Flurona.
It's
Because it
Flurona.
combined with the flu and has aspects of both.
Now, apart from the absolute terrible
What
ridiculousness
garbage?
of the name.
Well, I mean, apart from the terrible marketing, okay. So there's a brilliance to this. Because
Okay.
for 2 years now, since this program's been talking about it since check the receipts, February of 2020. This program has been talking about Rona because everything pointed towards, this is a strain of the flu. We've been saying this from the beginning. If you look at my now banned account that's over at TikTok, I've been saying this is the flu, guys. It's the flu. It's literally the flu. It's literally the flu. It is literally the flu. It is what it is. Russia Gate didn't work. Ukraine Gate didn't work. So we're gonna make.
I mean, it's so flu-like. It's so flu-like that their PCR tests can't determine between the flu and the coronavirus.
It's so weird, right?
What do you know?
Saying that from the beginning. So this is kind of brilliant on their part because this is their way of quietly backing away from Corona. Does that make sense? Like, this is their way of being like, yeah, it's Flurona. And then next year, guess what it'll be? The flu again.
The flu.
And then
Influenzona.
A new strain of the flu. That's, that you should be as equally scared of as you were Corona.
Yeah.
Of course.
Now,
Well,
here's the thing.
Of course.
Go ahead.
Well, my question is, do viruses merge with other viruses and become new viruses? Like, is that a thing that has ever happened? Like, what virus did the flu merge with to become the flu that we've had for probably centuries?
It's a great question.
Black Plague? I don't know.
I'm sure Anthony Fauci knows this. I'm sure he knows this.
I'm sure he does because he probably mutated it himself and went, I take flu, I take Rona, I mix them together. What do I get? Flurona.
Come here, puppy. Let's see what this does to you.
Come here, puppy.
I take apple, I take banana, I mix them together, I get a banana.
I wonder how many dogs had to die to get AIDS. You know what I mean?
Mm.
When they made AIDS to kill the gay people, I mean, how many?
You have AIDS.
Yeah, you have AIDS. Yeah, interesting. But I was going to say, here's my thing. It's like, it is brilliant marketing because here's the thing. They need to really back away from COVID because, our Lord and Savior, it's so hard to say this. I'll just say the former Vice President Joe Biden, really he
The
campaigned on
Bidenator?
this, right? He campaigned on
Mhm.
stopping COVID.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and magically, COVID's behaving.
Trump didn't have a
strangely.
plan.
No,
Trump didn't have a
Trump
plan,
did not have a plan. He didn't have a
but
plan to
Kamala
stop
and
this.
Joe did.
Where did the vaccines come from again? I just
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even tout the vaccines because they're not effective. But I think they were more of Trump like slapping a Band-Aid on it to try to make people feel better, to get over the fact that it was the flu. But
he was literally trying something
true 100%.
to try to help.
Hold
So,
on. Deep State's got an announcement. We got to give Deep State some love here.
oh no.
He says,
If you're
Deep State says, please promote my new Vax verified chip. Conveniently embedded under your skin, it gets you into the express line everywhere. It's a no-brainer. Get it.
But yeah, I mean, so
Gosh.
So here's the deal. If you're watching, if you're watching everywhere, go to twitch.tv/plausible foolishness to check out our show, because we're blowing up faster than the universe itself. But here's my thing. You have to kind of back away from COVID. You used it as the only tool possible to stop Trump. And you successfully used that as you switch the election around. But we're not talking about that anymore, because it was a fair and balanced election. All 81 million of those supporters are just out there loud and proud. But have you guys noticed there's no Build Back Better hats? I've never seen any Build Back Better hats. Have you guys seen any of those?
Mm-mm.
No, but I have seen the pussy hats, and so I think those count as the same thing, right?
Okay. So they're the exact
I
same
would say
thing.
so.
Okay, that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure that I'm talking about the same thing here. But so obviously the 81 million people that voted for Biden, all the dead of them, really were sold on the idea that Biden he had a plan. He was going to fix this. He's going to stop COVID-19, and it's strange it's not stopped yet, because it's strangely acting like the flu, because no one has anyone stopped the flu? Have we solved that yet?
No, not apparently.
I mean,
No.
they claimed last year that it went away, but then you can't really lie about that after a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Well, you can. It just usually not all that successful.
So here's the thing. So at least you look like you're admitting you were wrong without being wrong by calling it Flurona, so that when the next news cycle happens right before the election, you can just say, well, it's the flu. And then all the hysteria goes away from COVID-19. And then you can say, hey, we solved COVID just by calling it what it is, the flu. And it's masterful.
Calling it anything else other than that.
And it gives the Democrats something in 2022 and 2024 to say, we solved COVID by calling it what it is. Yay!
By calling it something else. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, right?
Well, okay. So, did you hear the New York mayor, the new one, whatever her name is? Yeah.
It's a guy, isn't it?
She just...
No, it's a female.
The New York City
mayor.
Mayor?
Oh yeah,
Not
Hochul's
governor,
Hochul's
the
the governor. I don't know who the mayor is.
Okay, yeah, the mayor's a guy, but go ahead.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Anyways, it was a girl, and she's talking about how the Rona numbers are not accurately counted in New York.
Oh, why?
Because here's what happens: people come into the ER for a myriad of different things.
Oh.
Car accident, for example. Guy comes in, he's obviously been in a major car accident, got broken bones and whatnot. What's the first thing they do?
Test him
for Rona.
Yeah.
And if they test positive, oh, he's a positive case. Even though he's not there for the Rona. He's there because he got into a horrific car accident.
No, he's there for COVID. That's why he got the accident. Everything is COVID. I mean, Flurona. Sorry about that.
Flurona. Yes, please get that right. Flurona.
I can't even say it with a straight face. I'm sorry. It's just really tough. But no, we've been saying this from the jump, right? Now, I mean, but you have to, here's the thing. You've propped up this boogeyman for so long. Mm-hmm. You got to back away from it eventually, because you have to show that you've actually solved the problem.
Yeah.
Because then you look like a jackhole if you don't actually solve the problem, which there wasn't a problem in the first place. It was just the flu. We had a bad flu season.
Mm-hmm.
Just is what it is. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, and that's what's mystical and
Well,
magical about this whole situation.
really, no. I mean, 2020. If you look at the statistics, the deaths were equivalent to the year before
2019
worldwide.
the same.
So it wasn't actually a bad flu year. It was
A normal
just
flu year.
it was a heavily politicized and televised flu year.
Yeah.
They essentially made it to where if you have any flu symptoms, which I don't know about you guys, but I usually get about 2 or 3 flu-like symptoms a year.
Sure.
That doesn't get me down. It doesn't stop me by any means, but it's just a runny nose, a little bit of cough, some sneezing once in a while, things like that. Seasonal allergies, even.
Yeah.
You're gonna die from the big flurona.
Corona.
No, I just have allergies.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe I might have the flu, but I'm not. No, that's not a thing.
Yeah. It, here's the thing. It's again, and what's so funny now is remember how we would say, hey, you know what's weird? If they politicize the flu to alter elections and control what people do. And remember, we got mocked for that. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're so.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, the whole world wouldn't talk about this just to get Trump elected. I was like, it's more than just Trump. If you understand what globalists do, they want more control. Are things more free or less free after the flurona in these countries?
Just ask Australians that. Ask Canadians that.
Right.
Ask Austrians that.
Yeah. I mean, are things more free or less?
And then you could look at like Sweden, where they didn't do any lockdowns or anything, and they were pretty much okay, but there's still 66% of them are chipped and vaccinated against something that wasn't even really that bad for them.
I know. Imagine that. You got chipped for the flu. Think about that. You got chipped. They know where you are 24/7, 365. You know, they know that with your cell phone. You know, I'm not an idiot. But think about this. They know everything about you for the flu. You sold your soul. You sold your body because of the flu, which is amazing to me. But you know what? That's what people do, brother. That's what it's all about, man. Crazy, man. Dusty, you're getting love.
If you can find them.
Yeah.
Chat says 2 best podcasts of the year. That explains it all. And Elliot's Lost. Thanks for paying your taxes voluntarily. We appreciate you.
Big Elliot, thank you.
You're the man.
Appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
He says 2 best podcasts of the year. That explains it all. Robert Malone on Joe Rogan and John Abramson on Joe Rogan. Except that you can't find them anymore because YouTube took them off and Spotify took them off
Twitter
and
completely banned them.
Twitter banned them, and both those doctors are kicked off of Twitter.
Yep.
Strange. I wonder why.
Yep.
Is it because they have? Because you can't question the science, right?
No, especially not if you're a scientist.
How dare you?
Yeah. It's a religious order, man. Scientology is a real thing. We've talked about that on the show. It's a real thing, which is crazy, but
Scientology or
Scientology?
Same thing.
Scientism.
Yeah. Scientism, yeah. The religion of science, which is really funny because you can't question the orthodoxy, man. You know what I mean? So it's all good. But hey, welcome to Plausible Foolishness, baby. We like to question
Elliot,
stuff.
he says that Spotify didn't take them off.
Yeah, Spotify's fine. YouTube took them down, but
did?
Spotify's fine. Yeah, Spotify's fine.
Really? I'm shocked because isn't Spotify owned by the same company? Isn't Spotify owned by
Spotify got a
Alphabet?
hard time from the Alex Jones stuff when they tried to pull Alex Jones off. Because people were like, what was the point of bringing over Joe Rogan if you're going to ban the people that he brings on, which is completely stupid. But it
Good
is what
point.
it is.
Okay.
That's all right.
Good. Then
Well, they did pay him $10 million to come
Yep.
over. He doesn't actually have to stay
And
there.
what's funny is his first guest was Alex Jones.
you were
Think
wrong,
about that.
Dusty.
You know what I mean? And here's the other thing. Did you guys see that what Rogan's reach is per podcast?
Yeah.
11 or
11
12 million.
people tune into his podcast every time.
He's
it drops.
destroying the
Oh, yeah.
mainstream, the corporate media.
People are so jacked about Tucker. Tucker only gets 2.5 mil per view. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan shows up, gets 11 million people.
And after he left, the biggest internet platform.
Yes. Yeah.
You know.
Spotify's like praise Jesus.
Yeah, it was a huge move for them.
We have people logging in.
Of course, meanwhile, NFTs is going to destroy the music industry and places like Spotify.
Yeah.
Because like what it can do for the music,
Really?
Okay, so what it can do for the music industry is what Spotify doesn't do for the music industry. So like, okay, Napster destroyed the music industry, right?
Oh God.
And then Spotify and
Absolutely
Pandora and its ilk came in and they kind of revived it. And so here's the way you can stream everything that you want, and then but you're not doing it for free exactly, but
Nope.
we're
But it's a little bit more curated.
Sure.
Less commercial.
And but if you pay, then there's no commercials, and artists still get money, but they barely get anything.
Yeah.
And with these new like 360 contracts, the recording companies or whatever, their management companies own everything about these artists.
Yep.
And so like they don't get as nearly as much as these people used to. And you can argue the merits of that, but I mean, if people are willing to pay, then that's it. They should get their money, If there's a market for it, they should get the money that they are responsible for, And then, but they're not. They're not in this world. But with NFTs, they can release their albums as NFTs. It's attached to the blockchain and built into the contract of it. Any time that it gets sold, they get a royalty. Every time. There's nothing that you can do to bypass that. If you sell it, if you sell it to somebody else, they get like 10% or whatever the contract states.
Interesting.
Nice.
For all time.
Hey, real quick. There's a bunch of you jumping up on Clapper right now. Head over to twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness to check out this entire show because things are getting heated and spicy as usual, man. And speaking of NFTs and all this crypto nerdy stuff that you're going to talk about, let's go Brandon.
Oh, yeah. So yesterday on the show, we talked about...
We briefly...
Oh, sorry, yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yesterday... Yeah. This is the problem of being remote. Yesterday on the show, we talked about Brandon Brown, the NASCAR driver, who was inadvertently at the center of the whole "Let's Go Brandon," origin story, right?
Which he had absolutely nothing to do with.
And apparently he lost a bunch of sponsors. We had said that he lost all his sponsors. I don't think that's actually true because I was looking at his card. There are other things on there, but he definitely needed a main sponsor. And a cryptocurrency that has come up since then called LGB coin, or Let's Go Brandon coin, offered to be his main sponsor. And he got that approved. He got the design of the car approved. And by a person who who regularly approves these kinds of things and has the authority to do so. And then they verified over a phone conversation that yes, they were approved. And then NASCAR said that they needed to discuss this at a higher level and have since rescinded that opportunity for that main sponsor. He cannot use LGB Coin as his
But
sponsor.
why? But why? What's wrong with saying "Let's go, Brandon"? They're rooting for him. Let's go, Brandon.
I mean, right?
He is literally the name of the coin.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I mean, it seems perfect, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if this has destroyed the ability for parents to have Brandons going forward. I wonder if Brandon is just a dead name now.
Can you imagine how many Brandons have just because I can just imagine how many Brandons in high school there are, and they're just, let's go, Brandon. Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh.
I have lots of friends named Brandon, and it's funny that this is happening. You know what I mean? So, but anyway.
I mean, I think every one of them needs to buy a "Let's Go Brandon" shirt.
Now.
Yeah. So here's my question. So what's the reason? Because it's political? Is that why NASCAR's not about that life?
I think that's what they're saying.
Yep.
It's too political.
Why is Black Lives Matter still on some of the race cars?
That's a good question.
I mean, if we're not being political, then why is Black Lives Matter still on some of the cars? Food for thought.
Yep. Well, they don't view it as being political. That's just
a political
movement
group.
It's a political movement.
Organic
movement.
It's a political group.
And it's an organic
movement. Really? By trained Marxists that got $96 million donated to that specific organization that never used it for the community.
And they didn't do anything to help the community.
For the community.
Yeah.
That's
I got another article that might explain something. On Wednesday, NASCAR announced a partnership with Carolina's LGBT plus Chamber of Commerce, one of the largest LGBT chambers within the region, pushing for equitable change within the workplace and marketplace. NASCAR will be the chamber's. He's like, NASCAR will be the chamber's diversity, equity, and inclusion partner.
Question.
And I mean, when you have a sponsor like LGB Coin, and it's against the Democrat, its origins are against the Democrat president, perhaps they don't want any mistake about what the LGB stands for.
Oh, okay.
As they jump into their new role as diversity, equity, and inclusion partner.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
How many gay people go to NASCAR events?
Have y'all been to one? A few.
No, I've never
I'm sure
been to a NASCAR event.
There's some Tiger Kings out there, you know what I mean? But like, they're not really like out there open doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense. And again, it's not. Like, how do I say this nicely? That would be like Little Debbie partnering up with LA Fitness. Okay, like it doesn't make any sense. Like those two communities don't really go together, right? It's like Little Debbie sponsored by Planet Fitness. Well, Planet Fitness would make sense because it's a joke, but LA Fitness.
Yeah.
Hey!
You drop a Little Debbie and a lunk alarm goes off.
Oh my gosh. I've actually been lunk alarmed twice at Planet Fitness, so yeah.
Hi, I got kicked out of it because I lunk alarmed 3 times, and I was like, I didn't do anything.
They're very inclusive in their, no judgment-free zone, but there's a lunk alarm that judges against people like me that walk into their gym. That doesn't make any sense. That's like diverse.
Well, you are a big lunk.
Hey, listen, but there's a judgment-free zone.
But yeah, it is BS. It's total BS. It's woke fitness.
It's like liberal logic.
So, Deep State had a nice little comment about this LGB coin and crypto in general is bad for the environment and contributes to global warming. That's why it got canceled.
Oh, like all the other NASCAR.
And that's total.
Hearing those cars fly by. at
hmm
200
Which you
plus
wouldn't
miles an hour.
hear in electric. The electric cars
It would just be like this.
would make no noise. It'd be like,
No, they'd make noise, road noise of yonk,
yeah, they make
but it wouldn't
they
be
make
that
friction
nice,
noises
loud
with their tires and stuff,
engine.
but not engine noises. Like the electric
Correct.
cars have to literally play noises through speakers so that people know that they're coming from behind and don't get hit. You know, can move out of the way because that audio signal of a car coming is not there.
Yeah.
So I've got a friend of mine that actually it plays I'm gay. I'm gay. Like when he's backing
You
up.
guys are so homophobic. Oh my gosh. So homophobic.
Oh my
So
gosh.
homophobic. No, but I mean, just straight up, like, that's the thing what's amazing to me is you got NASCAR. And again, I'm trying not to diss NASCAR because I enjoy NASCAR. Okay. I'm probably the only person on this panel that actually enjoys NASCAR. Okay. You know, I love
F1.
I
I'm
can't
an
do
F1 guy.
I just can't. But I see the merits if they do it.
I like rally
Well,
racing.
Okay. To be fair, I'm more of an
Okay.
IndyCar guy, but that doesn't exist anymore,
Yeah,
so it's F1.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You look at Indianapolis.
I live for for
Yes.
the Indianapolis 500. I've been to 4 races.
I'm a Daytona 500. See you in February. I want to see left turn as fast as humanly possible, and I want to see crashes on every freaking turn. That's what I want to see.
More left turn.
4 left turns. And listen,
Hey,
honestly,
I like rally. I like
love
rally
seeing
races.
215 mile an hour cars.
I mean, listen, I used to diss NASCAR until I went to the Daytona, and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally get why these hillbillies love this. Like, I totally get it. I'm in it, and I'm just.
I mean, you're
sitting there
from
like,
Ohio. You're a hillbilly
let's go,
yourself.
Junior.
Even though Ohio is nothing but flatland, you're a hillbilly yourself.
Listen, dog. We call rednecks where I'm from, bro. Rednecks, man. But
Yeah. Same difference.
my wife's side of, but no, but straight up, I really, truly, like, I was like, I get it, I like it, I understand drafting, I understand like the strategy. It's fun to watch. You know, like there's drivers I get pissed at. I'm like, Martin Truex Jr., screw you. Why are you so good? Like there's people I get pissed at, and I love it. You know what I mean? I'm
Like
what
Bubba
the frick,
Wallace.
bro? Exactly, right? So I don't want to diss NASCAR. I genuinely enjoy NASCAR. Now here's the problem. NASCAR also bought into the Bubba Wallace hoax. They still have Black Lives Matter. They're literally trying their best. Because at one point, I think NASCAR was the #2 watch sport in America for a long time. I don't know what it is now, but they were number 2 behind the NFL for a long time. And guess what? That viewership's just going to go down. Because now we're trying to cozy up with the LGBTQ 4, 5, 6, 7 plus group that at the end of the day is never going to watch your product and makes up what, 2% of our population? 2?
Mm-hmm.
2?
Well, they're trying to groom many more, but yeah, 2%.
2% because they're not reproducing. So, you know, it's not like that they're exploding, but that's the reality of the situation. You're cozying up to to a quote unquote fan base that's not there. They're watching figure skating.
That's non-existent to your
They're
product.
watching figure skating and softball. Like, dude, let them have their sports. NASCAR, it is what it is. But like, go ahead.
You better watch it. I'll send my wife after
Send
you.
her. Bring the noise, man. But no, I no.
She coaches and plays
Listen, I'm not
softball.
dissing
Watch
softball.
it.
I enjoy softball.
And I actually really love
enjoy
watching softball.
I coached D1 softball at a couple different universities. Okay, I enjoy it. All right, but all I'm trying to say is, you are trying to categorically change the landscape of your sport to a people that's not going to spend money on your product. They're not going to. You're not going to do it.
Exactly.
So, and the other thing too is you're trying to damn an entire group of people, castigating them as racists when they never were. The loop was not an actual noose. It was there the whole time. You literally rallied around Bubba Wallace, who was a subpar driver at best. He was really good at trucks. It sucks on the NASCAR scene. No offense, he's not very good.
Yeah.
You know,
and so he needed press, and so he became a hoaxster. He's freaking Jussie Smollett 2.0.
Yeah, but we're cool with that and living that lie, even though you bought that lie. but you're not okay with a
Yeah.
rando crypto of the billions of cryptos that are out there that want to sponsor this guy. Like, get
The
out of here,
truth
man. You know?
is, the truth is, this has nothing to do with it being political. It has everything to do with them not liking the politics of it
100%.
because they're woke and they've learned their
How
lesson from the NFL and the NBA, and they look forward to their loss of ratings.
100%.
Freaking scum idiots.
so here's my question for you. Do you think it might not be not just that it's the Let's Go Brandon coin, but do you think it's also him? Because he is the Brandon.
Well, I mean,
And
they
because
don't
he's
like
the
that
Brandon,
the Let's Go. They
they
probably
are
don't like that the Let's Go Brandon
It's catchy.
moniker or phrase came from one of their events, and I bet
yes.
that they've experienced some flack from institutions like the White House for that. Why?
Why? He likes it. He even said it himself.
He's not in charge of the White House.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go, Brandon.
He's not in
Yeah,
charge of the
yeah.
White House.
That came
He's
out of
not
his
in
mouth.
charge of the White House.
He's not in control.
I
So
didn't
then-
say he was in charge of the White House. I
Yeah,
just said
so
he said it.
why are you saying that? Because I said the White House probably pushed back on them.
Yes,
That's where he lives.
That doesn't say
No,
he's
well-
in charge
Okay,
of it.
Side note though, back to the story. Okay, side of this story. This doesn't give me confidence in crypto. There's a Let's Go Brandon cryptocurrency. I'm sorry, it doesn't give me faith. Yeah, like, let's get real. That one's not going
Yeah.
to the moon. Come on, on,
Yeah,
man.
it's an S coin.
Yeah.
All I've ever promoted, though I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not giving financial advice on this show, was Bitcoin.
Okay. I'm just saying. It just made me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, come on, man.
There's coins for everything. I personally like meme coins
Seriously.
just because I believe in the power of meme. You know,
Sure.
I mean, we saw that in Dogecoin. Like, it would cost you like $100 to get millions and millions of LGB coin, and if it did like jump up one day, you'd make a ton of money.
True.
A ton of money.
It wouldn't even have to
Yeah.
jump up that
It would
much.
it could still
like 4 or 5 cents, and you
it
just
could
made
still
a
be
ton of money.
worthless. But it could jump up like 100 zeros, and you're like sitting on a crap ton of money. It's amazing.
If you can sell it
enough.
fast enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's if it's gonna. But I mean, historically, those things jumped up, but they didn't come crashing all the way back down. They jump up, and they may come back down, but it hits a point still way higher than what it was.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what happened
I
with
can see
Dogecoin.
Correct.
Is still 27 cents around there.
Hey, I don't know. Listen. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what Doge is.
It's another
even know.
Doge is a internet
Really?
meme coin.
Is it the dog?
Yeah,
the
it's
dog?
the dog. It's
Okay.
the Shiba
Yeah.
Inu.
To
And
the
then there's
moon,
a
man.
meme coin called Shiba Inu that is a meme on Dogecoin, which is a meme coin memeing on the internet. You know?
There's too many memes. Too many
Yeah,
memes.
yeah.
Yes.
You know
It's
what I mean?
memes within memes within memes,
Me,
and,
me,
I,
me.
and I'm here for it. I am here for it.
I got you. Listen. You understand that better than me, man. I'm just a simple kind of man. Okay, I'm a simple kind of man, dude. All right, I pick things
Well,
up.
you know,
I put
I'm
them
trying to make
down, I
moves,
eat
man.
food.
Trying to make moves.
What?
You pick up big things and
What?
put them down. Let's
I
get
listen-
real. You pick up very, very
Little
big
things,
things.
tiny, insignificant things. That's what I do,
Yeah.
man. I'm not smart enough. I can't
It's
handle
lightweight, baby.
500-pound
Light-
things.
Lightweight.
it. Baby. Yeah. So, okay. So, okay. So we've got the Flurona, the buffoonery of that, the buffoonery of NASCAR, and so on and so forth, man. Okay, a couple things. I know January is a slow news cycle. Okay, I get it. Totally get it. Understand. Not a whole lot goes on January. the globalists put down their arms for a little bit. We don't want to fight each other. We don't want to kill each other or impose whatever is coming up next, and so on and so forth. I do want to go back to what Dusty said. Has anyone seen Biden in a long time? When's the last time we saw Mr. Biden, our president? Anybody seen him in a minute?
I think he did something
days
recently
ago.
on the fake White House set.
Okay, what do you do?
I don't know, but I just happened to see something, like some article talking about how he did another event from the fake White House set, and I'm like,
Okay.
what is the deal with that set?
It's badly.
Well, here's my
faked.
thing: is it
like
where is the location of where is this?
why they couldn't hire anybody from Hollywood and go, okay, yeah, this needs to go.
Well, like,
this needs to change.
they're not trying to
All right,
fake it,
This look a little bit better.
really. It
No.
appears like
No.
they're openly like, hey, we're doing this from a set, but why?
Yeah, why isn't he in the White House?
Like, exactly my point. Why isn't he in the White House doing these things from the actual Oval Office and not a set that they're, widely proclaiming is a set?
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, here's what I'm getting at, boys. Like, there's two things that's very pervasive in the media right now to me, which is very interesting. MSNBC and CNN every day's January 6th. Okay.
Yeah.
They're still trying that.
Still.
Because that's
They're
literally all they got.
And they keep comparing it to 9/11. Bette Midler just came out and said that it was as shocking as 9/11 to her.
Oh, dear God.
Total bullcrap.
Yep. That's the same.
So, okay, here's some news for you. Pelosi is accused of stonewalling the GOP after the GOP demands documents detailing her roles in January 6th.
Seems like something that the January 6th committee should be looking into.
Yeah, I know, right? But
right?
They're talking about Sean Hannity. Did you guys see that?
No.
They're worried about Sean Hannity.
And his role?
An unelected, his role in January 6th, as he literally told Trump to tell people to go home. Think about this.
Yeah, because, that's so
to
wrong.
go home.
How dare you?
This is what
I don't even.
So it's all.
Why is he saying that too?
Who?
Why is he saying that too? It's like the January 6th committee should have no questions for him, but I have questions for him. Why were you telling people to go home? It's our freaking constitutional right to group together and protest our government.
Because the Republican Party needs to win elections in the future. That's why. I mean, let's get real. Sean Hannity is a sycophant for the Republican Party. He needs Republicans to win. So
no doubt.
It makes Republicans look bad. He's going to back off. It's just like Sean Hannity never talks about abortion. Think about that.
But Republicans, the Republican base doesn't watch CNN and MSNBC.
No, 100%. 100%. But those independents might.
The independents might, but they're not.
No. Well, 11 million of them are tuning into it.
I watch CNN.
I get it. Listen.
I watch CNN. We need content.
Yeah, of course.
My thing is this I hate to get Alex Jones on you guys, but it's always smoke and mirrors. What they're presenting is never what's actually going on. Okay, right?
Sure.
So January 6th is MSNBC, CNN, CB, blah, 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 whatever it is. What's Fox talking about? Here's the other part of the deal. What are they talking about? They're obsessed with AOC and Kamala Harris because they know that Kamala is going to be the next person. Okay. No one's talking about Biden at all. At all. Not one bit. Okay. We've got staged wherever he's staging from whatever White House, blah, 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 blah. Okay. If I was a conspiratorial person, which of course I'm not, why are we not interviewing the cigarette smoking man sitting at the Oval Office right now that's actually in control? Anybody? Mulder, Scully, Skinner? Anybody?
Well, they work for the FBI, and the FBI is not interested in that anymore.
Oh, let's get real. We 100%. But even Mulder and Scully hated the FBI, and they worked for the FBI, which was, the point of the show. My point is this: why are we not actually talking to the person in control?
Because we don't know who it is.
Because
I would
we
like
went
to know if I mean,
exactly.
if I were a reporter and I noticed that Biden never takes any interviews whatsoever, and he clearly is not in control, doesn't really know what's going on, to the point where he's on TV saying, "Let's go Brandon" to himself. You've got Kamala Harris, who's literally done nothing, doesn't take interviews anymore at all. And I'm sitting there and I have to cover the White House. Why am I not asking the question like, Charlemagne, the fraud asked, who's actually in control? And can I talk to that person? Let's get real.
Well,
you haven't seen Kamala since she had that meltdown. You've not seen her since she had the meltdown with Charlemagne.
And they're
actually, she did. Part of her whole rant was, "Oh, where's Governor DeSantis? Where's Governor
with his sick
DeSantis?"
wife.
I'll tell you where Governor DeSantis is. He's with his sick wife who has breast cancer, and he's sitting with her.
No, that was
treatment
AOC
on
saying
his
that, actually.
vacation.
And so did our idiot mayor.
Yeah, it was AOC.
Said that too. Mayor Deming said the same thing in Orlando, which was really, really crappy because he's closer to the situation. So, but what's funny is
they should know better. But I love the fact he did
a press conference the next day.
Did a press conference and just like, "Hey guys, I'm with my wife. This is what's going on."
And he says, "I'm not surprised.
And you guys, please understand."
He said, "I'm not surprised that these lockdown politicians are coming to Florida." He said, "If I had $1 for every lockdown politician that vacationed in Florida, I'd be a very wealthy man."
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we're focused on everything other than what's actually happening or going on. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's always a shift away.
We talked about this yesterday with Kamala. We haven't heard from her, and she's getting taken apart in the media.
Oh, absolutely.
And so my speculation is that what they want to do is get her out of there, bring in the person that they want to be president, like a Buttigieg or whatever.
God, not Buttigieg.
And then,
please,
Biden, once they have him installed, because they don't have to vote for him, he's just appointed. Biden resigns, and we have the new president without having to have an election.
Did you just watch House of Cards on Netflix? Is that what you just? Did you watch the entire plot of?
I've never seen that movie. I've never seen that show.
It's called predictive programming. They literally tell you what they're going to do before they do it, because that's what Satan has to do.
Dude, at the end of the show, I want to talk about a predictive programming that I just realized the other day.
Do it now, bro. Yeah. We got 5 minutes.
Well, okay, so
give it to the viewers.
I was rewatching. Yeah, I was watching Man of Steel. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I just watched
that. A great Superman movie in my opinion. But
yes,
what did Jor-El do to Kal-El? Do you remember?
He put
the entire genetic codex of the Kryptonian people into his son's cells, and his goal in sending him to Earth was for him to learn to be human, and then be the bridge between the Kryptonian people and the Earthlings, and humans, right?
Yes.
That sounds to me a little bit like our speculation on what the UFOs, the great deception of the UFOs and the hybridization, like where they come, they're our savior, they save us from all these evil things, and then they offer us to be like them. Just take in our genetic code, become like us. You'll be free from disease and cancer and coronavirus, and you'll no longer be human though.
I think I've seen that.
Just call me the face of Bo.
I've seen
Face
that
of-
same plot, which you're right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Doctor Who reference.
You know where I've seen that same plot, boys?
where's that?
The literal X Files. Think about it.
Yeah.
That was the whole
Yep.
point of the X Files. Is
That's
hey,
what they
we're
were
trying to-
doing.
the whole time. It's almost like they're getting us ready for something, bro.
Hmm.
Crazy.
Hmm.
I wonder what it could be.
I'm just, listen, man. If fallen angels show up and just do some crazy things and call themselves aliens, people will fall for it. Great deception. But we wouldn't say that out loud because that would just be too much conspiratorial things talking about here at twitch.tv/Plausible. Because again, we're tired of being right all the time, and it is what it is, man. So I've said it before in the show.
Our track record's pretty good so far.
All but California, but I'm still debating it. I am still Stacey Abrams that I think California did flip, but I lost hope in that flip when I saw that they voted for Gavin Newsom in the recall election over.
Oh yeah. The recall election with the printable mail-in ballots.
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah. No.
Solid.
Totally. I mean, it was totally
Totally
legit. Well, I got no problem with
Total
that.
legit.
YouTube, I got no
Absolutely
problem
legit.
with that. 100% legit. YouTube.
No issues.
It's true though.
No shady stuff. No shady
Not at all.
Little California.
YouTube, I'm telling you.
Well, I mean,
I
what
believe
other
in the
things did we get
system.
right? What else did we get right? We got right. We said that this was going to be the flu, and it was.
Flurona.
We're going to Flurona at this point. So tap out, we win. We said that they were completely just making up numbers as they were going along, which DeSantis exposed. We said that on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We predicted when there was going to be a mass shooting, which there was the next day after one of our shows. You remember that one?
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
That was a little.
That
creepy.
was scary.
Yeah, that was a little creepy. We did not intend that. We're not Alex Jones. Nobody on the show is on Freemason, to my knowledge. So don't get the interview. We still have to do a background check on Dusty though. That kick-ass Duke, he's a little squirrely sometimes. But no.
Just because I'm the libertarian of the group, and you're the Matt's the anarchist, and you're the I don't know what you are.
I'm trying to keep it special, brother. You should never know what I am.
He's claimed conservatarian before. Back when I claimed that too.
I here's what I would say. I don't even know how to define myself. I find myself less repulsed with Republicans and more in favor of what conservatives do. How about that? That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I listen. My favorite politicians right now are Donald Trump, Daddy DeSantis. Trying to think of any of the politicians I actually am okay with. That's pretty much it right now. Until they fail me, until they screw up. You know what I mean? Yeah, but none of them are perfect. Trump had the bump stocks, and he's still pushing his vaccine, which is hilarious. Because that's what Trump does. And Daddy DeSantis is not really that strong.
It's just Trump wine 2.0.
Yeah, Trump wine. True that.
Well, now I will say I like what the Surgeon General of Florida said. He was talking about, listen, if you have no symptoms, don't bother getting tested. There's no reason for you to get tested if you are not having any symptoms.
But I'm a hypochondriac. I need to get checked every 3 seconds to make sure that I'm not.
Well,
sick
it's not
with
even
cold.
that. It's probably work related. Like if I'm around somebody who comes, who tests positive because they did have symptoms, I'll have to quarantine and go get a test before I can come back to work. So there's that crap going on all the time, even here in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? Have you gone around even here and seen more masks because cases are up?
Yeah.
Oh, so my kids' elementary school canceled all clubs because of higher case incidences.
I saw an article. This isn't Florida, but in Washington State, in a city there, they got kids eating lunch outside in 39-degree weather.
Of course. What's your problem with that?
That's Fahrenheit for all you British people. That's not actually that hot. That's pretty cold.
What's the problem with that, Matt? I don't understand.
I imagine hypothermia is more dangerous to children than the coronavirus, seeing as how almost no children have died from it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but no, that's not what the TV said. The TV said, "Be afraid, be afraid, man." And Twitch.
Kindir,
Be afraid.
welcome to the Rube Empire, citizen.
Who we
Thanks for
got?
joining us.
Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Who
Kindir.
that? Kindir, what's up, man? Welcome to the show, man. Hey, all you guys over in Clapper, go over to twitch.tv/plausible foolishness and be like Kindir. Be a real American hero. Be a real Rube here. Pay your freaking taxes, you bunch of freeloaders, and come hang out with us a little bit, man. Let's go rock and roll with it a little bit. Let's do it.
Taxes are voluntary, though.
They are voluntary. Yeah. We have an anarchist and a libertarian on the show, so they are voluntary.
Yeah. There will be no men with guns forcing you to pay taxes in the Rube Empire.
I just men with muscles. I mean, what?
Nope. There's no monopoly on force in the Rube Empire.
No, I like it. Boys, final thought this home, man. Let's bring this one home. This was a good one today, man. I like it. What do you got? Oh, geez, Dusty. What are you doing, Dusty? Hello, Kinder. Oh, my gosh.
Kindir says, late night Twitch surfing, just tested positive for COVID, so just hanging out. Hey, man.
Welcome to the Rube Empire.
Listen, bro.
Everything is fun here.
Listen, you might have some cold symptoms.
Yep.
I don't know if you'll survive, man, but I'm glad you jumped in, man.
I hope you don't have any comorbidities.
Yeah. All right. Final thoughts, boys. What we got, man? Start with the kick-ass dude. What do we got, bro? Send me home.
Okay. Well, I have a bunch of different thoughts. I loved your cartoon that you sent to us earlier today with AOC getting pulled over in Florida by a police officer. Police officer walks up to her. You know why I pulled you over? Because I'm hot. And their dead body strung behind her car.
Yep. That's G Prime 85 on Instagram. Yeah. You've probably seen, if you watch Tim Pool, you've seen his artwork on the walls behind the guests and stuff. He's great. He does these 4-panel cartoons every day.
And that joke was
and
hilarious.
He knocks them out of the park.
Nice.
G Prime 85.
So
G Prime 85.
That just kind of sums up a lot of what I'm feeling of the disgust of this narcissism of the left, of why are you angry with me? What is it with me? You can't be angry with me. I'm living my true life. No shame. When they're the ones that definitely should be feeling shame for the way they're acting, the way they're treating people, the way they're just conducting themselves in society. It's disrespectful and it's wrong.
I'm with you, brother.
So that's my final thought.
I'll jump in the deep end. Beardmaster, thanks for the send over there on Clapper. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Guys, here's what I'm going to say, man. This is going to sound very controversial, and I'm going to get in trouble. I'm literally going to get in trouble saying this, okay? But hopefully, nobody's super sensitive. I don't care. Listen, I'm just going to treat this like no quarter November, okay? I'm just going to roll with it. I'm just going to say it, okay? Where are the men at? And this is what happens when you let society get feminized. This is every problem we just had is because men are not men anymore, okay? How do I say this? Now, I can say that in general, okay? I can say it in general, right? the hysteria over sickness. That's not typically a male trait. Let's get real with ourselves. True or false? Back in the day, you get sick and you just wipe your nose and keep to the grindstone because that's what men did. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Kid get sick, okay, give him some medicine. Do
Yeah.
what you got to do. Cool. Sensitivity for sponsorships on NASCAR race cars. What happened? Your balls fall off over their NASCAR? Like literally, what happened? For real?
That's exactly
Okay?
what happened.
Like over hysteria over. Okay, like listen, men love justice. True masculinity loves justice, but justice requires some time to figure out whether something unjust actually happened. What happened to the
True.
like? Let's wait and see if actually an investigation happens and there was actually a noose in a NASCAR. Well, let's see if there actually was one. And there wasn't that. There was a
What
literal
happened to
human
innocent
shock.
until proven guilty?
That's a male trait. You know what I mean? What this all goes back to, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it. I actually don't. I don't know why I keep prefacing it because I don't. Okay, especially like dads of daughters. Tell your daughter no. Let me say that really slowly, like so you process this. What I'm getting at. Tell your daughter no.
All the
Oh, you
time.
feminist, evil, blah 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 blah. Here's the problem. Because you aren't telling your daughters no, they're letting trainees break world records in pools and not saying anything. Okay? Because there's no authority. Like if a woman or a man don't have authority, because listen, I get the libertarian and the anarchist over here, not about authority, but if you don't have any authority, this insanity ensues. It literally does, to the point where feminists aren't even saying anything about a trainee dude breaking records, to the point where we have people panicking over the flu, to the point where the ultimate alpha in America right now, who's godless, let's get real, Joe Rogan, is getting 11 million views right now. Yowie wowie, who blew us up? Boom.
The
Okay.
kick-ass Duke.
Okay. You guys do, right? Like, because let's get real,
Yep.
nobody cares about the flu. And if any man around here would just say, no, this is not some crazy thing we've never seen before, everybody chill the F out. No.
Yeah.
It all starts with the word no. And it starts with men saying, no, we're not doing this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to get hyperbolic over stupidity. We're not going to get pissed off because a president said a mean tweet. Okay? Right? We're not going to freak out because a man had an opinion on something. Dear God, what happened in those days? Remember when a man could have an opinion? That's weird. and that's the thing. It's like, I'm not dissing women.
And guess what?
That's the thing. Being a man is not dissing
That-
women. It's complementary to what women are.
Oh.
Women are so vital to everything
Thank
that we
you.
do.
Thank
Okay?
you.
But the problem is the
Exactly.
balance has shifted. And if you don't believe it, you're full of S. If you still believe this is a man's world, just take 4 seconds to look at statistics. In divorces, who wins custody? 90% of the time, women. What is the number one person? What is 90% of suicides are men? Okay? Job-related deaths, men. Okay? Poverty and homelessness, disproportionately men. Okay? Like, I can keep going through the stats.
Yep.
But here's the thing, though. Here's
Go
the
ahead.
thing about
Mental
this.
illness.
You're right. You're
Uh,
right. Oh yeah, mental illness. That's another one.
But,
But you're right about this. This isn't
Yep.
a man's world, but quickly they're trying to make it not a woman's world either. This is a
Yeah.
tranny's world.
it's a tranny world, right? But think about it, right? Of course, we want Baphomet on the throne. That's the whole point, right? We want that. But
Yep.
my point is this: at what point are you going to wake up and realize this isn't a man's world anymore? More girls are going to college than men.
I'm a dude disguised as another dude playing
Okay,
another dude.
but think about it. Who educates your kids right now, statistically? Women. Not that it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not. But what's the statistics of a black male, of a black child growing up with two parents in the home? 30%.
Yeah.
30.
Like, yeah,
30.
30%.
Across the country,
That's
no matter what
abysmal.
race, about 50. 50? Here's the
That's
problem.
abysmal.
49.
Your issue today is not toxic masculinity. Your issue today is there are no balls. There are no men around.
It's
And
lack
here's
of
the problem.
masculinity.
And here's the deal. And I'm gonna go deeper. I'm gonna meddle. I'm gonna piss people off.
Go balls deep. Go balls
How many
deep.
men, husbands, can tell your wife no? I'll wait. Just being straight up. How many of you can tell your wife no? And I'm not trying to throw people under the bus, but 90% of the drama that I've encountered from family, friends, and all this stuff surrounding my life recently all come down to, did you tell your wife no? If you told her no, you wouldn't be in that problem. If you told her no, you wouldn't be broke. If you told her no, your kids would actually love Jesus more. If you told her no, and I can go on and on and on and on. And it's not because we're trying to dismiss our wives. I love my wife. I uphold my wife. Oh my gosh, I worship my wife, in the most most biblical way I can, because I don't want to take it away from God. Okay, I treat her like a freaking queen. She says this, but queens hear no, and if we start there, and God forbid tell people no, you wouldn't have the stupidity that you're seeing today. If you looked at people and said, hey, listen, this isn't a race hoax, but let's give it its credence and see what's going on, but we're not going to make a judgment until we know what's going on. So no, we're not going to be hysterical. No, we're not going to accept the fact that somehow 81 million people voted, even though we don't really have a recorded record of that happening whatsoever anywhere. Let's wait a little bit to figure out if it actually happened. No, we're not going to panic over something that literally behaves, acts, and thinks, smells like the flu, because we've already done that a million times. No, we're not going to just salaciously believe everything that's going on in the media and act appropriately. No. One evidence of it, we do live in the state of Florida. Matt made up a great point. A lot more masks out there now. They're not required or forced by anybody or anything here in Florida. But
For the most part.
But guess what?
But no cloth mask. No cloth mask.
Tell me you're a Democrat without telling me you're a Democrat, right?
Mhm.
That's what it is. But guess
Drive
what?
with no one else in the car and wear a mask.
Guess what? You know why people hate Daddy DeSantis? Because he said no. No, we're not doing that. And all of a sudden, men are just magically popping up like the governor of South Carolina. It's like, no, we're not going to do anything different. And good old Texas boy, no, we're not going to do that. And they're flourishing. Magically, the places we can say no to the madness are flourishing. Shocker, because there's a male influence there to say, no, we're not going to do that. Gosh forbid. That's my thought of the day. Men be men. Stop being this pussified, bastardized whatever that you think. Because here's the deal. No, I'm going to keep going, but I have to say it. No chick likes the nice guy. Sorry. They don't. They break up with you to go with the bad boy and the jerk. I'm sorry. It is what it is. You know why?
Why? Why? Because they'll tell them no.
Go ahead. Yeah. They want somebody to tell them no. Sorry.
Every creature craves boundaries in some respect. We need boundaries.
And that's what it's all about. It's about having
me and
clear
free
guidelines and boundaries.
And whatever I want. I need to panic over the flu.
But it also has to come with respect. It's not no for the sake of no.
Sure.
It's no because there's reason behind the no.
Sure.
And there's trust behind the no, and there's love behind the no.
Well, that's what the Bible says.
Not just
Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and laid down his life for her. You know?
exactly.
If you're a husband living it out biblically, you've earned the previous statement where wives submit to your husbands,
Exactly.
But here's the other thing. Even if they didn't earn it, it's still biblical. That's the other problem.
Oh, for sure.
We have a very warped view of what earning is. The reality is this. You take men out of the equation, you've got no plumbing. You take men out of the equation, you have no electrical. You take men out of the equation, there's a lot of bad things that happen. And we have literally destroyed the man so much that this is the reason why we're in the places we are. Because here's the deal. No, don't get me wrong. There have been times in our country's history where we have kept women, like shut up, barefoot, pregnant, and the blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is that right? No. Okay. But the reflex of that has become that all men are evil and every husband needs to be a beta soy boy and whatever you want, honey, all the time. And that's the issue that we're running into, the point where we're literally terrified of the flu. We're terrified of the flu. Like run that through your brain. What man has ever been terrified by the flu?
I mean, imagine when the Spanish flu was actually wreaking havoc.
Sure.
But there was fear.
And killing 50 million people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There was fear, but even then I bet men went to work.
Yeah.
To provide for their families.
Men went to war.
Men went to war.
At that time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah. World War I was going on. Full
First combustion
swing,
engine was terrifying.
and 50 million people were
first
dying.
First horse was terrifying too. Okay. Magically, we learn, we move on. Okay. But that's the essence of what God's made us to be, is to not be afraid, to not be afraid. And we have sucked into this fear so much, it's ridiculous. And the other problem is because in our own churches are dominated by women, which is not biblical at all. And think about how many churches succumb to this fear, which is a feminine trait and energy, for this virus that still hasn't killed that many people. No offense. It hasn't even reached pandemic. And that's why me and my wife refuse to call this a pandemic, because it's not. It is not a definition pandemic. It's not. And the reality is it's flu. But it's okay to say no, people. That's all I got to say. That's my final thought. Sorry, Matt. I just went on a tirade.
No, you're fine. Is it my turn for a final thought?
Yes.
Yes, it is your turn for a
On
final
that
thought.
note, you've been watching Plausible Foolishness, the home of the Rube Empire, where the people are free, the taxes are voluntary, and we serve freshly roasted liberal logic every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9:30 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness, YouTube, Facebook Live, Rumble, anywhere you can get a podcast, Instagram, and minds.com. Peace out, and God bless. I'm sorry I didn't have a final thought, but them's the breaks. See ya.
Yo, it's crazy that when I sit back and look, that even within the black community, we have a whole war going on amongst conservatives and others, simply about how we want to move the black community forward.
I saw that on the gram, Snoop made a post, bashing on some black educated folks. Calling them a coon, no it wasn't jokes. Man, you tripping like your foot caught between the spokes. You couldn't hold a likeness to hurricane. So the man with better class and better brains, out rebuilding our communities and other things, like making up for all the damage from the dopest slang. Candace O, she's a queen in her own right, not the type to monetize off her own plight. Working hard for black America day and night. Understand that you're not the only dog in this fight. Terrence K refused to be a product of the system. Bounce around the foster care, no he ain't a victim. You You got probation and luckily died going to prison. Yeah, you believe you had the right to post criticism? David Harris, I can tell the pain's authentic. He truly cares for the people, meaning all pigment. Your music is the reason why this generation's violent. Another reason why I couldn't stay silent. Miss Staten, she's a G, she did real time. All you do is talk about it, a real crime. But even that can't hold her back while she steady climb the long ladder to success in these troubled times. Tell me what's wrong with Pastor Derek Scott? You hating on the man, simply how I walk with God. When he supported you when you was Snoop lying. Even when the majority figures Snoop lying. Look, I ain't falling for the tongue in cheek. Your virtual threats, man, they're kinda weak. Cause I bet you ain't stepping to the Hodge twins. Just to fight with Shaw loses and Hobbs wins. You hate on Diamond and Silk, Paris Bernard. They support the president and that is regardless of all the hate that they receive. Being loyal is a trait that a dog can't conceive, huh? Funny how you say we work for massa. Hold on to that thought, got some questions wanna ask you. Who's in videos with the chains around the neck? Posing next to Trump, the very man you disrespect. Who's buddy with all the Democrats? The very same party owned slaves in the past. Who's the one seen treating women like the objects? Pushing drugs, alcohol seems pretty obvious. Who became a slave to the game? Traded all your moors for the fame. No more calling names. A real man step up to the base. Better ask a Breakfast Club how these facts really taste.
That was good, man. Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's why I like watching it, man, cause you be hitting with the spit in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Nigga like me, I don't even do stats. I got common sense. I just be like, listen, that just don't make no sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be, but if I had stats, my God.
Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
Fire, better retire. On the job, ain't no one higher. High up, see the hardest drivers. Galaxy fighters, alien siders. Out in the field, we left them signs in. This is seismic, broke that ground, that's why we signed up. Zodiac signs ain't no one
I'm a desperado, there will be no next to follow. Time I give them extra throttle, but I never need to flex it. Better when you exit, we shine like Apollo. And I gotta hold this to accolades, I'm feeling like Milano. No rappers have gone the motto, ayy. Fire, burning all through my veins, aiming higher and higher. Enemies know my name. Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
This that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground, most are dead upon arrival.
Going down must be your FICO, no we're going at you like a hypo.
Allergenic, venomous viper, killing it sniper, in your vitals.
And echoing like a rhino, etching them like a vinyl.
We unidentified flying, this Space Force, you know the title. Ay.
Fire, burning all through my veins, aiming higher and higher. Enemies know my name. Banger, gotta bang. We the ones that put the words that's scrolling out in outer space. You don't want a war with stars, we all a problem. We the gang that took over these coordinates, don't bring it our way.
Just give me 30 seconds, man.
This that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground. Most of this that make them wanna bounce. Tag them, bag them, going dragging, racking up the body counts. Breathing fire on my rivals, melting every single rifle. Burning cities to the ground, most are dead upon arrival. Woo!
inside of my spaceship. Where you going? We gon' meet up somewhere. Earth is glowing, got you saying a prayer. In the moment, we ain't going nowhere. Nowhere, nowhere, let's go somewhere.
Send the alley, better pull up. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. 30 minutes at the jeweler. Show her that I got the moolah. She won't ever need an OnlyFans. When we dating and no longer friends. Hold it down as an only man's. Keep her covered like them clothing brands. Past drama, not an issue. Call me Zaddy when I kiss you. To the moon going with you. Yeah. By my side while I wish you. Never leave cause I miss you. Time we make it official.
All I really wanna do is vibe out. With me and you, I just wanna ride out. Love don't pay no mind to haters, hating. Baby, just jump inside of my spaceship. Where you going? We gon' meet up somewhere. Earth is glowing, got you saying a prayer. In the moment, we ain't going nowhere. Let's go somewhere.
Long as we're fine, let spears fly. I'm never in a pickle when you're nearby. Come here, my peach, tell me where your fears lie. Whenever we're together, I am sears high. Got stories reflecting on the movement like mirror sliding. Clears my head. I'm an animal and here's my den. Go ahead, I'll be right in. You're the one and only, the only one who's ever known me. The gravity of it is I'm still floating. Telling me gotta speed up and go slowly. Not it cause I'm lonely, feeling lonely. Never forgot about the moment you weren't afraid. Like Macaulay in the woods, you are fully. Anywhere that nobody's gone, we go boldly. Just another reason to begin the ceremony.
All I really wanna do is vibe out. With me and you, I just wanna ride out. Love don't pay no mind to haters, hating. Baby, just jump inside of my spaceship. Where you going? We gon' meet up somewhere. Earth is glowing, got you saying a prayer. In the moment, we ain't going nowhere. Nowhere, let's go somewhere. Baby, tell me where you going. Got plenty things to show you. Maybe up where the Joneses. Out of here where we floating, yeah. Other girls, they get roses. They ain't really real, they posing. Talking about views on social. But you get views of the ocean, yeah. High-rise city, we scoping. Out in Touche, we cozy. Mansion in a plush robing. Other girls mad you chosen, yeah. Talking about views on social. But you get views of the ocean, yeah. High-rise city, we scoping. Out in Touche, we cozy. Mansion in a plush robing. Other girls mad you chosen, yeah. Talking about views on social. But you get views of the ocean, yeah. High-rise city, we scoping. Out in Touche, we cozy. Mansion in a plush robing. Other girls mad you chosen, yeah.
What? Wow. Space Force, wow.
Space Force through your tape. We fast forward, we came through that time warp. Your foreheads look like warp. Everybody look confused, huh? How do we make these moves, huh? How do we always improve, huh? No, we ain't nothing like you. We on top cause we don't stop and all we do is gradual. Everyone's so grouchy cause they puppets and we animals. We don't whine, we just break bread with the team holy mackerel. Know us, and we raining, better grab a boat.
We a different breed, talking alien. Survivor of the fittest and we play to win. Grab another bounty and get paid again. Then we fade into the dark like a gradient. Dark like a gradient. Dark like a gradient.
Space Force through your tape. We fast forward, we came through that time warp. Your foreheads look like warp. Everybody look confused, huh? How do we make these moves, huh? How do we always improve, huh? No, we ain't nothing like you. We on top cause we don't stop and all we do is gradual. Everyone's so grouchy cause they puppets and we animals. We don't whine, we just break bread with the team. Holy mackerel. Know us, and we raining. Better grab a boat.
Who spoke the bear? You better go in there. My fireworks in the sky like a Roman air. An imposer in the dome and it stole my chair. Any moment here could become a polar bear. It's cold in here, in a flash like a solar flare. The Vulcan here, my whole career. They cloak the beer. They will get over me and then it won't appear. In iguana like a fauna, now I go to be deer.
Space, force through your tape. We fast forward, we came through that time warp. Your foreheads look like warp. Everybody look confused, huh? How do we make these moves, huh? How do we always improve, huh? No, we ain't nothing like you. We on top cause we don't stop and all we do is gradual. Everyone's so grouchy cause they puppets and we animals. We don't whine, we just break bread with the team. Holy mackerel. Know us, and we raining. Better grab a boat. Space force through your tape. We fast forward, we came through that time warp. Your foreheads look like warp. Everybody look confused, huh? How do we make these moves, huh? How do we always improve, huh? No, we ain't nothing like you. We on top cause we don't stop and all we do is gradual. Everyone's so grouchy cause they puppets and we animals. We don't whine, we just break bread with the team. Holy mackerel. Know us, and we raining. Better grab a boat. Wow. Space Force, wow.
They gon' hate me for this one. Hashtag facts are racist. R.I.P. mom, you the greatest. Raised up a king and they hate it. Everyone mind about races when they're not the biggest problem we facing. Take a real look at the nation. Single motherhood inflation. With young boys I saw jumping a lady. She only 15, left her bloody and shaking. They wasn't wearing no rags. Nobody waving no flags. You ain't even gotta ask. It's black on black on black on blacks. Everybody wanna play victim. Blame everything on the system. Be a sad day when it hit them. Life could've been different if you would've listened to the information that we spit. Take it, keep it, chew it for a bit. Hold your head up, brother, never quit. Self-accountability, that's it. That'll get you all to the top. Then you really ball till you drop. Economic growth, man, I'm here to stir the pot. Say you wanna hear the truth, so I put it in a beat. Changing the culture every day of the week. Right now it's more like a vulture. Only prey on the weak, but we are here to exposure. Going down as I speak. No excuses, can't refuse this honesty that we seek. Y'all be like, facts are racist. Why I say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it. Facts are racist. Why I say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it.
13-year-old girls working on TikTok. You saying he just wanna learn how to crip walk. If you ain't talking about sex, then kick rocks. All they care about the chains and the wristwatch, they gotta change. This is something only God can change. Don't get mad at me when I complain about how 4 and 5 black women are beasts. Half of the murders us killing in the streets. Almost half of abortions too. This is a rap verse, but this is a warning too. And go against God like there's nothing more to do. But y'all don't care, y'all just really wanna voice that's new. Wanna gangbang, do drugs, wish drugs all above. Sell drugs till you in the jail cell, not a club. Now another single mother, cause we lost another brother. Sold to an undercover, kids gotta raise each other. This what you want for the future? Or are you trying to look cool on computers? Claim you a king, but blame the white man. When something bad happens, you feel like a loser. And keep voting the same way. Cause your parents did it too. Truth is your parents are ignorant too, and politicians know it, so now they got you.
We changing the culture every day of the week. Right now it's more like a vulture. Only prey on the weak, but we are here to exposure. Going down as I speak. No excuses, can't refuse this honesty that we seek. Y'all be like, facts are racist. Why I say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it. Facts are racist. Why I say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it.
I don't think you've gone this deep, even when you're falling asleep. I don't think you've gone this deep, even when you're falling asleep. You fall asleep, you fall asleep, you fall asleep, you fall asleep.
We record while you snoring. Never been about that Taurus. We snapping on Taurus. We play to win, better forfeit. Stun gun singing like chorus. We landed in Florida, still in the middle of the forest. You better run like Forrest. Every bar gold, that's oral. So glow, the aura. When I go to girl Dolores. We skirt off to Lauren. Back to the future, we travel. We zoom into planets, we moving, we out. Yeah, passing you humans, we zapping you losers, bananas, we shooting, no doubt. Yeah, nobody even come close. Beating the odds with my bros. We're the squad and you know. Gone with no rappers, I've gone. Oh no.
I don't think you've gone this deep, even when you're falling asleep. I don't think you've gone this deep, even when you're falling asleep. You fall asleep, you fall asleep, you fall asleep, you fall asleep.
Hey, that's my cue to come in. Slept on us too long, now you off it when the coming. Closing up the shuttle, 3, 2, 1, we're launching. Into outer space, blasting right past your assumptions. Slinging hammers with the boys, veteran be making noise. Thicker than the fattest cores, deeper than the hemorrhoids. Elevated people boys, get the power from the source. Danger, 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 danger. Turning back is not a choice. Y'all can't go. Look.